Wow. Leicester won, Arsenal won, and literally, I've not too long finished watching the game. I've listened to some of the commentary from Ashley Cole, as well as Jamie Redknapp. And I could honestly say, as an Arsenal fan right now, I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. VAR has fucked us over once again. I mean, a red card for Eddie Nketiah. The guy's just come on the pitch. You could see that he's persistent. And I know what people are going to say. Oh, we should let it alone. No, fuck that. No. The referee gave a yellow card to begin with. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, yellow card. Like, it's a bit harsh, but yellow card nevertheless. And then all of a sudden, all out of nowhere, they're talking about serious foul. And that completely changed the game for the Arsenal. Completely. The reason why Arteta brought on Eddie Nketiah is because he's going to bring energy, like pressing from the front. He's going to cause the Leicester defense to then push back. And it would have just meant that we would have had a lot more control of the game going forward. Now, I mean, I've been looking at some of the stats from this game. And like in the second half, well, like in the first half, massive difference. So we had 47% possession, 7 shots, 6 on target, 1 block, and obviously we scored 1 goal. Then in the second half, our percentage in terms of possession falls from 47 to 28. Total shots go from 7 to 4. And then in terms of shots on target, go from 6 to 1. I mean, and it's a game of 2 halves, and we really needed Eddie. Like we really did. Like having Eddie on that pitch would have meant that we would have either scored another goal, or it would have ended up being 1-0. It really had, and I'm quite disappointed. Like before then, I would have said, you know what, like the team played well, but we needed to get the second goal. I had kind of loosely been chatting online with lots of people, and I had talked about 2-1 as being like exactly the prediction for this game. But overall, it was just unfair. And, you know, I just had to talk about this first off rather than going into straight up into ratings, because all of this is just, it's kind of affected the ratings, to really be honest. Certain players in this that played today, maybe I would have given them a boost of an extra 1 or 2 more. I can't, because we didn't get the win. I just can't. So, I mean, we start with the formation, the 3-4-3 formation that has been working well for us over the past couple of games now. Martinez started. Let's start in defense. I gave him a 7. I thought, again, another good solid performance by Martinez. I know he conceded the goal, but it's, for me, so many times in this game I was like, you know what, he's looking like really solid in this game. I really like what he is giving for us in the game. And I do think that there's, again, another shout out. This is another video where I'm talking good about Martinez, whereby, you know what, if Leno does come back, I mean, when he comes back, I still keep Martinez in there. Martinez, for me, hasn't done anything wrong in order to say, no, we shouldn't play him and we should go back with Leno. Like, absolutely not. So for me, Martinez, 7. Mustafi, Kolasinac, and Luiz. I'm going to comment on all 3 of these. I gave them initially 6s, but you know what? No, I'm going to stick with the 6, because overall, I think that they had their good moments. I think that there were times when they could have done better. So for the Leicester goal with Mustafi, what I didn't see in this was that Ashley Cole was commenting on the game afterwards and saying that it was the spaces between the defenders that needed to be kind of managed rather than the man, because Vardy is so clever, he's always going to be able to get around you, but there was so much space by the defenders not really covering that we should have been able to cover a lot more of the space to then to where that if when that cross comes in, it would have been easy for Mustafi or a David Luiz to really deal with. But you gotta live and learn. I mean, this is one of the faults of the defenders that we have, and I know the rumors this morning were that Mustafi has been linked with a new contract for Arsenal, which I'm just. And you know what? It wasn't his fault. I know. I'm just being really miserable right now because it's even though it's a draw, it feels like a loss. But because I know how important every point really matters right now, and it was one of those ones that we needed. So for me, besides that, I thought Mustafi overall was pretty well. He dealt with everything really good. Had several good moments, particularly in the first half. The same goes for David Luiz. I thought overall he was pretty good, defensively solid. No real mistakes, good solid performance apart from conceding the goal. And the same thing with kind of Kolasinac as well. You know, the good thing about him is he isn't just staying in defense. He's also been given and allowed to have a license to go forward and try to press and try to create chances like what he normally does at wing back, which I like. And when he does that, then Tierney then shifts into that centre back role, which I think is really good. And you know, it's the Arsenal players adapting, and that's what you really want. So good on all three of them to do what they can in today's game. Then we had Bellerin. I gave him a 6 as well. In the first half, I thought he was pretty good. He was getting forward really well. It looks like, he's gained a bit of speed as well. I thought he did pretty good. Again, still his delivery a bit off, but I did like what Bellerin was given for us today. I thought he gave a decent performance. Nothing spectacular to really speak about that much, but I thought overall a good, solid performance. Then on the other side, Mr. Consistency, aka Nacho Monreal 2.0, Kieran Tierney. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Again, for me, another good performance in this game. I gave him a 7 just because of the fact that, again, I've said this time and time again with Tierney, I need assists, I need goals, I need something more. But overall, he was always trying to create chances. He was always giving us providing us being an outlet through Kieran Tierney. And there was even a time in the first half where he even managed to get a shot off towards our Kasper Schmeichel. Again, I could talk about Kieran Tierney all day, but the fact of the matter is that the 22 mil that we spent on him, value for money, absolute value for money. Well-deserved player, and he's exactly the type of player that we need in this squad, and we need more of him in this squad. Then we've got Granit Xhaka. I gave him a 6. I thought he was okay. Again, he didn't really do anything special. My criticisms with Granit Xhaka are the same criticisms that I give him every single time, because sideways, back passing, Granit Xhaka, I don't want to delve into this too much, but the things that Granit Xhaka did wrong was to do with the fact that he just can't get around the pitch as well. But, he made an effort, he tried hard, but yeah, Granit Xhaka is not in my ideal midfield. So yeah, he did a decent job. And then for me, I've got to go with, next player, Ceballos. Yes, first half, Dani Ceballos. And I'm going to talk about Ceballos a little bit more than probably most other players in this game. Dani Ceballos, tremendously good. I mean, tremendously good. Dani Ceballos, for me, I gave an 8 out of 10. He didn't score a goal. He didn't create, or he didn't get any assists. He got a pre-assist for Saka, for Aubameyang's goal via Saka. And I thought the way how he controlled the midfield, he was a real outlet within that midfield. Like, absolutely fantastic. And when the talks are over the past couple of days, are Arsenal going to sign Danny Ceballos up on a permanent deal, and that Arteta wants to sign him up on a permanent deal? I don't know whether Arsenal want to sign him on a permanent deal, but I will say this. We should be looking to get Danny Ceballos on loan at least for another season with an option to buy or some type of first refusal. Because even though I think Danny Ceballos has done incredibly well, and especially since the restart, he's looking like now he's finding his feet. Now he's getting used to the Premier League. I think there's an opportunity for him to grow next season as well. And I would love for him to do that at Arsenal. I hope we can work out a deal with Real Madrid to be able to do that, to bring him on loan, maybe with an option to buy. And if he gets better, even better, because then we will be able to reap the rewards of having Danny Ceballos in at Arsenal, and then also to be able to seal his signature as well. Because let's be honest, we all know that Mesut Ozil, he won't be there. Mkhitaryan is gone. El Nene is due to go. And there's a real gap within midfield, particularly in the creative and the attacking side. So I would love to see Danny Ceballos next season just on loan and not for 40 mil. Then we've got Saka. He was my joint man of the match in this game with Danny Ceballos. I gave him an 8 as well. I thought he again was really good, and for me, he getting an assist, which is exactly what you want. Lots of clever play, worked hard within the game. There were elements about it I did think that he could improve on that right side. I don't particularly like him on that right. I really don't. But I thought overall he did pretty well in the game. And when you're getting an assist, and again, he's 18, he's a child, and he's performing at the level that he is, I have no qualms with Bukayo Saka in this game. And again, for me, he has to get an 8 out of 10 performance for what he's done. Third highest assist maker in the league, behind Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kevin De Bruyne. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Then we've got Lacazette in this game. So, I make jokes about Lacazette just because he is a bit of a joke. But I gave him a 6. And maybe I should have given him a bit lower, but I'm going to give him a 6 because, you know what? He did work hard for the team. He did try. But in the first half, there were a couple of opportunities that I felt that he had chances where he just needed to make the right decision to pass it to another player, and just made the wrong choice, holding on for the ball a bit too long. It should be a lot quicker with things. Didn't need to hold on to the ball for that long, and he did it about 2-3 times where I felt that there were opportunities for other players to potentially score goals. And I don't know. For me, Lacazette has just fallen from grace. He's not the player that he once was. And I know that he's always had this in his game, even when he was at Lyon. And I know he's a similar player to Aubameyang, but yeah, I've already decided that with Arsenal, we don't need him. When we've got Martinelli, when we've got Nketiah there as strikers, we don't need a Lacazette as well, especially when he's going to want to be the main guy, and we've got all these young players coming through who we want to give chances to. So for me, I gave him a 6. He did try hard, had a goal ruled as offside, which was a shame. But yeah, good solid game with Lacazette, but I need more. I want more from Lacazette. And then we've got Aubameyang. Good game by Aubameyang. Obviously scored the goal. I gave him a 7 because he scored the goal. Apart from that, I think he could have worked a little bit harder in the game. Oh God, I've got something in my eye. I felt he could have worked a little bit harder in the game. Could have tracked back a little bit more. But overall, did his job, got the goal. It's just a shame, we wasn't able to create more chances for him. But in the first half, he was really, really good, along with Lacazette, along with Saka in that front three. I need more. I need more. We want to get wins as fans. We want to see our team progress up the table. You know, we can turn a bad season good. You know, I would love to get at least 5th place, potentially. At least we'll find out on Monday what that's going to look like for Arsenal, or whether we're going to be playing Europa League football. But I want to see more from the boys. And then finally, let's talk about the substitutes. Obviously, I've talked about Eddie and Nketiah. I mean, Eddie was on the pitch for, seconds, gets sent off. So I can't really give him a mark. But I love the energy from Eddie. I believe, obviously, he's going to miss the North London derby. I'm not sure if it's going to be a 3-match ban, though, rather than a 1. I'll have to find that out. But overall, he'll definitely miss the next game for sure. So I guess you could give him a 5. Torreira, he came on the pitch, wasn't on there for long. Wasn't that impressed by him, to be really honest. But I mean, he came on at a bad time whereby it was him, being kind of the defensive midfielder, and we were already in a position where we were not doing that well. So yeah, unfortunately for Torreira, yeah, I'll give him a 5. And then Willock, he came on earlier on with Eddie and Nketiah, and you know, there was probably a reasoning behind his substitution, but with Eddie going off, things changed, and we needed a new form of a plan. Then, I mean, so for me, I gotta give him a 5. Then there's Maitland-Niles, and yeah, he was on the pitch for very long, so I gave him a 5 as well. But overall, I'm quite upset. I've said this quite a few times in this video. I wanted the win. We didn't get the win. We got the draw, which is, I guess, we didn't lose. But against Leicester, who we want to beat to that 5th place, you know, I don't really want to be playing Europa League football. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah. But guys, thanks for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts on the game, on what you think your match ratings were. I do think that things could have been a lot better, but hey, we didn't lose. So leave your comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.